And we're live. Welcome to the Sports Sesh podcast. I'm your host, Mason Shatwell, and joining me today, Jason Baird, aka the Stockport Spider-Man. How you doing, Jason?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Before we go on about all the charity stuff and the Stockport Spider-Man things, with us predominantly being a sports-based podcast, as most people from Stockport now know, you've got your own martial arts school. Could you tell everyone when lockdown's over where they could find that?
Well, my martial arts school is based in Broadstone Mill, which is in Reddish. The postcode's SK570L. We've been there for over 7 years now. I set my martial arts school up when I was 17, many years ago. But yeah, we'd highly encourage as many people as possible to come along and try a free class of martial arts and get involved when we reopen, because obviously we're online at the moment. But yeah, when we're open, everyone come along and try a class.
What martial arts do you predominantly teach over at your school?
Well, it's classed as freestyle karate and kickboxing. It's a mixed style that I teach. I've trained in martial arts since 1990. I was 5 when I started martial arts. So everything that kind of like I've learned over the years is taught within our syllabus. So we're more focused in on trying to build life skills as well. So kind of like the main tagline is building confidence in the community. So just trying to build the confidence in kids and stuff like that. But it's a dead friendly academy, really friendly. But yeah, when anybody's ready, as soon as Boris allows us, just get yourselves over to Broadstone Mill at my school.
Well, if you can remember that far back, what got you started in martial arts?
It was actually my parents at the time that got me involved in martial arts. I actually grew up in a tough part of Manchester growing up. So obviously there was a lot of street crime at the time. I actually got robbed in street robberies numerous times. Had my bike stolen, my watch stolen, stuff like that. So it's my mum and dad that wanted me to learn how to handle myself, how to defend myself if I ever needed to. So it was a case of me getting started in martial arts. I started in a church hall in Gorton. That's where I started my martial arts journey, and from there it just escalated. I ended up joining a new martial arts school in Stockport, and then I started competing all around the world. I retired in 2015 after winning 18 world titles. But yeah, my passion is to pass on the knowledge and everything that martial arts brings to the kids in our community now.
Well, that was going to be my next question. What accolades have you achieved over the years within martial arts?
Wow. I was English champion, European champion, British champion, 18 times world champion. I was coach of the year, voted coach of the year by Stockport Council. Very numerous. I had, at one point, I think over like 500 trophies from competing. I used to compete every single Sunday all around the UK. And then once or twice a year, I'd go and compete at world championships. In the likes of, I've been to South Africa, Canada, America, Germany, Italy, competed all around the world. It was a massive part of my childhood growing up. It kept me on the straight and narrow. And yeah, it taught me a lot of things. And obviously now it's turned into, obviously, since 2005, 2002. Obviously, it's my business now. It's what pays my mortgage. It's my only source of income now. My martial arts school. But yeah, it's my passion and it's what I love.
Well, with you saying 2002, I remember. Well, that's the year I was born, so that's going a while back now.
Yeah,
that's that long. What keeps the fire in the belly to teach?
More than anything, it's all I've ever known. To be honest, it's all I've ever known. I looking back on it, if I didn't start martial arts, I'd be in a very, very different place than I am now. Obviously, in the area that I grew up, there was the likelihood of me getting in a lot of trouble with the police, going down various different routes. But obviously, the fact that I had to be at home at night and not out on the streets, and I had to go training for a few hours every single night, and on a weekend I couldn't be out with my friends, and I had to be at various tournaments competing. It obviously at that time it was like didn't really have much of a social childhood in a sense, but I was around people who was competitively active, that was all about staying fit, that was all about literally trying to be the best people that they can be, is I believe is what set me up to be where I am now. So at that time, kind of like, I was like, Mum and Dad, I just want to go out and play football or be a kid and hang about on the street and stuff like that. But it's blessed me with many positives out of this. So it was it's been a long old road, but I'm thankful that I've kept it going and stuff like that. And the passion is obviously just seeing a child walk in my martial arts school, or even an adult walking that's either unfit or hasn't got a circle of people around them, and then obviously being at my martial arts school helps them mentally and physically. So it's a massive uplift for me knowing that I'm helping so many people through martial arts.
Well, myself, I train in MMA, and since joining my gym, I've seen just the positive sides. Obviously, sports in general just make everyone come together in the gym, and it has a positive effect I've seen in everyone. But the main reason I've got you here today, and as you can see on your hoodie there, the Stockport Spider-Man group. Before we go on about all your challenges and stuff you've done, first of all, gotta ask, what made you want to start dressing up as Spider-Man and running around the streets of Stockport?
Well, it was a case of obviously my gym shut, my academy closed. I couldn't get my own personal training in. Obviously, gyms were closed, couldn't go to a gym. I'd never ran in my life, never really a runner. But I thought, well, the only time I can get a little bit of exercise time is Boris said we can go out for an hour. We can go outside and for a walk and a run. So we decided instead of just going out for a run, we was going to don a Spider-Man costume. Myself and Andrew Baldock, we got our Spider-Man costumes on, and we just literally went out for a run. We didn't expect anything from it. Obviously, the first run and that we were kind of like, are people going to understand what we're doing? But the feedback from it from day one was just unreal. We had so many kids dressing up as Spider-Man. The parents were getting involved. They were putting signs in windows. And literally on one of the first runs, I bumped into a police officer, and the police officer, he highly encouraged what I was doing. He said that we're putting a point the cross of social distancing to kids, which probably don't understand what's happening at the moment. Yeah. So from there on in, it was just absolutely crazy. I had TV crews outside my house virtually every day. We was on every single news channel you can think of, and it went viral. And then from there, it was kind of like, right, a legacy's been set now. We've got to keep this going. So it was from one run dressed as Spider-Man to where we are today, and it's not slowing down in the slightest, which is amazing because we're raising a lot of money for charity now as well, which is fantastic.
Well, it's not just gone around Stockport; it's gone worldwide, over in the States, in all around Europe. Did you ever think it was going to be that big?
No. It was when I kind of like when we first did my first interview for a well-known TV channel, and it was live as well. From there, it blew up. It went everywhere. I was interviewed for news channels in Brazil, in South Africa, all around the world, India. It went absolutely everywhere. And if anyone Google searches Stockport Spider-Man, you'll see how far it actually went. It literally went everywhere. From Stockport to all around the world, we was encouraging a lot of other people to do the same. We've inspired so many more people to do it as well in different communities and all around the world. And we never ever expected it to go where it's gone now, and obviously for it to still be going on now, but it's a blessing. We see it as a blessing. It's keeping us on track and our minds focused in on obviously trying to make people smile, and that in turn is making us happy. So we'll continue to do it as long as we have to. Well, as long as needed.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's not just yourself and Andrew anymore. It's got people all around Stockport, Manchester joining in on the fun. Did you? Obviously, you didn't expect it to go as worldwide as it did, but did you expect that many people to want to join in?
No. It was from that one interview. I don't even know if I can mention the channel. I won't mention it just in case. But I was live on TV, and I literally just said, if anyone's going out on a run or you've got access to a costume, literally just throw it on, and you'll see how much joy it brings to you and to others. And then from there, it just went absolutely. It went crazy. We had our Facebook group. We had that many people wanting to join us. In fact, I've had one chap today who's sent me a picture of him. He's highly invested. in creating a Captain America costume. He's got the old vintage motorbike, and he's going to be out around Woodley and Bredbury area in Stockport in the coming days. So it went absolutely crazy. We literally, everyone says it was Avengers Assemble. We turned Stockport in general, we turned it into a comic book. We had Wonder Woman, Superboy, Snow White, Optimus Prime, just anyone you can think of was getting involved. And obviously they got the bug. They understood what it was about once they went out. A little bit nervous, some of them, going out the first time, obviously a grown-up dressed up. But obviously once they see the reactions from the kids and the parents alike, it's infectious. It really is. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's got involved with it. It's been amazing. It truly has.
100%. And obviously off the top of my head, I think it's been 3 main causes or charities you've been raising for so far. Obviously in the first lockdown, it was the NHS, and then I believe the young girl was called Ruby, was it, that you did your first marathon for? And now at the moment it's Papyrus Prevention of Young Suicide. The link's in the description, by the way, guys. So I'll just start with the NHS. Obviously, you started the GoFundMe link and you was doing the auctions as well. I remember I just donated a couple items, and I remember seeing a few people on my street seeing you come past in the Spidey costume, and I just remember seeing everyone smiling. It's not only the children, it just puts a smile on a few of the adults' faces. It's just that bit of joy someone needs during the day, during the lockdown. But did you ever imagine that you'd raise over 50,000 for the NHS?
No, we didn't. You've actually just jigged my memory now. I remember coming to your house and collecting was it the programs?
Yeah, the signed football programs. Yeah,
that was the one. I remember. A massive thank you for that. But yeah, it was a case of just trying to think outside the box and just try and get as many donations in as possible. Obviously appealing to people to say, if you can donate. And obviously we set the target of £5,000 originally for the NHS. And then on the first week, we had an anonymous donation of £25,000 from one person who left a very cryptic message saying he was going to don his Spider-Man suit again. And everyone was kind of like, who is it? Is it Tom Holland? Who's this person? From there, I made many friendships with many celebrities. But again, I kind of know who it is, but the person hasn't said it's definitely them. But it was just a way of me trying to think, how can we raise money weekly, make something fun, give the people in the community something to tune in and get involved a little bit. So with the likes of yourself and many other people donated items which obviously they didn't need or they didn't want or they wanted to donate. And I went live in our Facebook group every Saturday night for up to 4 hours at some point, trying to do auctions. I did my best David Dickinson impression and was trying to do the auctions, and everyone loved it because we had so much banter in the group. So kind of like roughly weekly, we was generating around about £1,000 a week on the auctions. But then obviously we was having to then go and deliver the items, socially distanced, of course, but deliver the items to the people that had won them in the auction. And it was just a case of, it went from trying to raise £5,000. We had a £25,000 donation come in, and then we spoke with Just Giving. And we said, right, we're going to try and push it to 50,000 and see if we can reach 50,000 by the end of the first lockdown. And it was actually the day before lockdown was lifted. We reached just over £50,000. With gift aid, it was over £60,000. So just the whole community came together to try and reach that target. It wasn't just us, it was everybody was just pushing it so hard, because obviously the NHS was under pressure and stuff like that. And it was amazing to see. And then obviously we hit the second lockdown. Ruby is one of my members at my martial arts school. For anyone who doesn't know, when she was 2, she was diagnosed with cancer when she was 2. When she was 10, it returned. And her dream has been to go to Disney World in Florida. So myself and Andrew, we came up with an idea of running for Ruby. So we decided we was going to run 180 miles in the second lockdown. And then finish with a final run of a marathon. So we managed to do that. We raised over £3,000 for Ruby and her family. And then we moved into the third lockdown, and it was way before we even spoke about raising money for the NHS. We said we wanted to raise money for a mental health charity. Myself and Andrew's been impacted by mental health personally in our own bubbles of people we know, our friends and family. So we said we wanted to do this. So this was on the cards well over a year ago, that we wanted to raise money for a mental health charity, and Papyrus just fit the bill perfectly, because obviously they specialize in people under the age of 35. So we moved into the third lockdown. I set a personal challenge on this one. It was myself on this one to run 170 miles, but finish with a 50-mile ultra marathon on one day. So I decided I was going to run 50 miles in one day. I did that just over a week ago now, and it took me 11 hours and 19 minutes running on a single day throughout the whole of Stockport. And we raised over £6,000 on the day. But up to now, we've raised, I believe, just shy of £80,000 in all the charities that we raised for, the 3 charities. But I'm pushing really, really hard to try and get Papyrus up to £100,000 this year. That's our set charity for the whole year. Because I know with everything that's happening, mental health is literally going through the roof at the moment. So many people are suffering. And obviously I want to raise as much awareness and funding for Papyrus as possible in 2021.
100%. And as you said, it was only a couple of weeks ago now, the 50 miler, I seen in the weeks leading up to that, I had a few video messages on the group from various celebrities, Keith Lemon, Will Mellor, quite a few people. How did it feel to get the support of, celebrities even acknowledging the Stockport Spider-Man page?
It was unreal. It was absolutely unreal. Keith Lemon's been a massive, massive supporter. Obviously, he's called Lee Francis in real life, but I've been friends with Lee ever since the first lockdown. Again, touching upon the £25,000 donation, everyone is kind of leaning towards him. But I've been talking to Keith Lemon for months and months and months now, to the point of he wished me Merry Christmas on Christmas morning and stuff like that. So I know it's going to be a friendship with him for many years to come. But the fact that Will Mellor sent a video, Danny Miller sent a video, Matthew Hatton sent a video, Russell Kane sent a video. It was just, we was getting so many people reaching out just to support the run. And obviously it gave me just that little bit more fire and a bit more passion to be like, there's so many people watching me now, not just the whole community and the 11,000 people in our group. I've got these celebrities now that are backing me, so there's no way that I can not complete this. So that's what spurred me on to kind of finish it and get it done on the day. It was tough, don't get me wrong. It was super hard running for 11 and a half hours. But this next challenge that I'm going to be doing is nothing in comparison. It's double that. So again, I'd highly encourage any celebrities to get involved, because obviously using their platform to help us raise money and awareness is key. If we've got celebrities out there with millions of followers, then it's just helping us that little bit more as well.
100%. Would you like to tell everyone about your next challenge? I believe April, isn't it?
It is April. Yeah, I've decided that on the 24th of April, I'm going to run 4 marathons in 24 hours. So it was a case of, it started with I was going to run for 24 hours to see how far I could run. But obviously being competitive, this might stem back to my martial arts days. Mm-hmm. But I then said I was going to try and push for 100 miles. And then I sat back and thought, well, it's only another 4.4 miles on top of 100 miles. If I can do that, then I'll have ran 4 marathons in 24 hours. So the whole aim of this next one is I'm going to try to run 4 marathons in 24 hours. So I've got 5-mile routes set of near my house. My base camp's going to be at my house. I'm going to run for 5 miles, come back, a little 5-minute break. And I've got to try and do 17 of those, starting from 12 midday on the 24th, running all the way through. I think that takes me to around about in the early hours of the morning, around about 6 a.m., something like that. And then I'm going to finish with a 20-mile run, which is going to see me finish at Mersey. So in total, on the 24 hours, I'll have ran 104.4 miles. So that's the big one. And I'm trying to get as much publicity around that as possible. Obviously, because if we can raise £6,000 in a single day for a 50-mile run, then why can't we raise £12,000 in a day for a 100-mile run? But all of our team, we've got skydives booked for challenges with Andrew and some other members of our team, and it's just we're trying to challenge ourselves to obviously put it out there in the public eye for people to get involved and donate and share our content and stuff like that. But it's going to be a massive one. This one's a biggie for me. I'm getting ready for the pain cave.
100%. Obviously, I spoke to you, I think, the day after the 50 mile. How was the legs feeling after that?
I was in bits. I'm still in pain now. I am. It's over a week now, and I'm still in pain now. It's something that obviously, more than anything, mentally it hurts, but obviously it makes you stronger as a person. But yeah, my hips, my legs, I couldn't walk, couldn't get off the sofa. I had toenails fall off because I had the wrong shoes on. But I'm thankful that I've got a company now in Stockport, Sports Feet in Stockport, which are located right facing McDonald's on the A6 in Hazel Grove. They've actually sponsored me a proper pair of running shoes, so I can get out there and run properly now. But yeah, it was just it was painful, but obviously all of the positives that come out of it, the awareness we generated, the funding that we generated, it was literally worth every little bit of pain that I went through. But I know this next one is just going to be on a new level, on the next level. So I'm preparing for it. I'm starting my runs this week. I'm going to try and get 100 miles ran before I actually try and run the 104 miles. So I'm going to do 5 mile runs, 2 5-mile runs each week for the next 11 weeks. So should get me through.
100%. Well, I've spoke about everything I wanted to. I just wanted to say, obviously, Stockport in the past has been sometimes given not the best in names, and I think I speak for, well, being a Stockport lad myself, being from Stockport, I think I speak for most people around here that the Stockport Spider-Man has made everyone proud to be from Stockport again. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for charity, and thank you for making us all proud to be from Stockport.
Oh, brilliant. Massive thank you. And like I say, it's not this isn't just me. This isn't just our team. This is a community thing. It's literally the whole Stockport's come together for this. And myself, Andrew, the rest of our team members who've been out there literally getting dressed up. Nothing like this would have ever happened if it wasn't for the support from all the local community. So I just want to say a massive thank you to yourself and everybody out there who supported us from March. And like I say, we'll continue to keep doing it. I don't think the Stockport Spider-Men and all his friends, I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. So you might even see a statue of Spider-Man in the centre of Stockport soon. I don't know, but it's I believe we've made a legacy, and it's going to continue for many years to come.
100%, man. Thank you for coming on, and best of luck come April.
You're welcome. A massive thank you for having me on, dude.
Thank you, man.